February 10th, 3:36 p.m. Disco courtroom number 7. And with that I say hello everyone and welcome to the final episode, final part, final case of Ace Attorney, Pheonix Wright. Trilogy. It's like literally the last one. Very cool. There is like the story still continues, I think, especially with like Appolo Justice, and I don't know if Edgewolf's game is like set before or after any of the games, right? Or any of the trilogy. So that's interesting. I would have to like play the game and find out, right? I kind of want to watch the anime. I got that anime a time ago. And I'm looking forward to seeing it because I do kind of want to see what voices they give the characters for one. And also I want to see what the Japanese localization is, right? Because the English one is very different. They're localized a ton of the game, especially like name-wise, localization-wise. And I think like even like some of the item-wise, right? Like some of the cases were changed here and there. But anyway, let's get this on the wrap. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier. The tests? Yes, tests. One on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that one. I totally forgot about it. That is the weapon that Maya Fey used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood or due to the time constraints, a full trace wasn't possible. But however, there is one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on the dagger was not the victim's blood. Yeah. That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial. So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger? Then whose was it? Doesn't match the victim's. Interesting. I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking, so let us finish this quickly. Yeah, agreed. I don't want Maya to get hurt. Very well then, please bring in the last witness. Oh, you changed. Nice to see you back in your old clothes. Witness, please tell us your name and profession. Maya Fey. Profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Riding Co Law Offices. Maya. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Korean channeling technique. I'm frightened. The Fey clan. I don't want any more to do with it. Oh, Maya. The pain the fake bloodline causes must be unbearable. Very well. Now then, Miss Fey. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple. Is that correct? And you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise O'Neill's murder. Is this correct? I didn't see anything. Straighten up this instant, young lady. Eh? Oh gosh, my throat. I breathed in too hard for a split second. Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. But your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There is nothing you can do to change that fact. No. But there is something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. No, technically she hasn't seen anything because she's unconscious when she is possessed. So that means over the past 3 days, she's maybe been awake like 1 hour, 2 hours, or something like that. Now it is your turn to let us hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen? Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. Poor Maya. At the inner temple. What are we gonna get her? I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" And then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
So you were stuck on the head. I suppose it must have been the staff.
Maya, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone.
Well, it seems that it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination.
Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all. Yeah. I wonder if the anime like also does this scene, right? Because I feel like they're gonna skip over some of the less story-related cases, even though they're like also kind of good. I'm looking forward to it. At the inner temple, I was passing through the yeah, I know. Who else was on the inner temple side that night? Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying that Iris would be coming up later as well. The day after the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini at Hazakura Temple. That means you couldn't be the criminal. So then, did Iris actually come later like she said? Let me think. She seems confused. It's probably because she's so tired. No, I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing for the training. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. Who did it? Who hit you? Well, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind. You didn't see the person? But after that, your attacker was in front of you. How could you not see who it was? Let me think for a second. I'm sorry, I just can't remember. Maya's really having a hard time. What should I do? I'm sorry, Maya. Come on, Maya. This isn't making sense. Why didn't you see this person? Well, let me think. It was... Oh yeah, that's right. It was dark, that's it. It was dark? It's not good to have too much light around when someone is undergoing spiritual training.
Come to think of it, there was earlier testimony of that effect as well. So it was dark in the garden of the night of the crime.
Which is why she didn't see her attacker. I thought maybe she was trying to hide something, but I guess not.
Judging by the testimony thus far, the identity of the attacker was most likely
the spirit that was channeled by Elise Donim, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Very well, please continue with your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head?
I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. It was not lit on the night of the crime. I think I screamed, "Help me!" What happened afterwards? Attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think. You think? After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around my head at that time.
Why now? This is beginning to get interesting.
So what were the two things going around? My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. What? You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was.
That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. So what did you do then?
I think I screamed, "Help me." You think you screamed, but you're not sure? Well, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits.
Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
I thought this person might attack me, so I... Well, anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that it was my last hope. Sounds like poor Maya really was out of her mind, but I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Ooh. I feel like the last hope... Wait. All three of them are like different. Is it really emotionally and physically exhausted? Shouldn't go aboard. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so it is one that's like The third one is, I guess, a cancel, right? So let me see. What did you scream? So you certain that you screamed, "Help me"? I think so. Now that I think about it, yeah, that's gotta be what I screamed. Is it all that strange tried for her to have screamed, "Help me"? No, but something about that bugs me. Why would you face someone that's trying to kill you and go through the trouble of screaming for help? Or maybe that's what summoned Elise in, though. Alright then, witness. Go on with your testimony. Oh, okay. Let me go get then the other one. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, Maya. What was your last hope? Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff? What? What do you mean by your last hope? No. That's what you just said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Are you okay, Maya? Look, you were facing an attacker you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me." Yeah. But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's like, what do you call it when that happens? Maya's not doing well. Oh yeah, oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at. What did you just say? Yeah, that's right. I was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming at for help. Whoa! What is it now? I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out. Huh? Oh, witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person? I am. Well, I meant to keep that part a secret. Oopsie. What have I done? It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That is what I always say. A ton of pressure? You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up to try and hide things in this chamber. Now, witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony. Okay, I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern. A man? You don't mean... Was it... I don't know it at the time, but I think it was probably blood. Is she saying that's when Mr. Nim was channeling Daya was stabbed in the back by the killer? That moment I was paralyzed with fear. I was just sitting there in the snow. I'm sure blood got on everything around me. That's when I lost consciousness. I just had like the weirdest idea in my head ever. Pearly was still at the inner temple. Elise Donim was technically not in her body. Do you think it would be possible for Elise Donim, who is still alive at this time, to possess Pearly, who has a lot of like channeling power, right? By force, and then attacking Dahlia, who was possessing Elise's body? Oh, that's why they don't say Morgan Faye's age, because he's over 50. I'm like 49. That's the younger sister. Okay, I see. I wonder if that's like possible, or if that's what they're gonna be doing. So what happened next? I don't remember. Oh, what are you saved? You don't even remember that? No, I haven't gotten any idea. I really don't know what happened at all. Well, that is too bad. I've walked side by side with Maya for 2 years now. I can tell when she's trying to hide something by how she acts. And right now, I'm absolutely certain she's hiding something. Yeah, that was the hidden man thing. But what could it be? It's like thinking the Magatama. No. I have no idea. The light of the stone lantern. It was not lit. So there was a man standing behind your attacker. Yeah. That man is the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Donim, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. The killer? Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony. What do you mean? What problem? Maya, on the night of the trial, the stone lantern was out of commission. Huh? What? Yep. It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night. No.
Order in the court. Mr. Godot, explain this. After you have your coffee, I guess.
And the pureness of milk is the perfect clear darkness. To the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of café au lait.
A café au lait? Is it even legal?
Mr. Wright's words are the milk and you are the spoon, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know.
You must have noticed it too, Wright. This witness' mental state is highly unstable right now. It is not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that. Sorry, but that's not going to cut it.
Oh, what did you just say?
If there truly was no light in the garden, then there was a fatal contradiction in the witness' last bit of testimony. Nick? May I? I recall the witness' statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. And she quite clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have been to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker.
No! Order. What in the name does it all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Miss Faye saw the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Right. Do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could you have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. What? Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark, and now you're trying to cover for him.
Cover? For the man that killed her mother?
There is only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you. You talk a good game, right? But let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black. What could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff. No, Nick, don't. Please, stop. Maya is dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth.
Alright then, Mr. Wright. Time to show us what you've got.
Okay, now it's save time. Because I have no idea who that man could be.
Who was this person that Miss Faye saw in the darkness?
Gumshoe! No idea. I think it's...
It looks like you've proven a well-known fact. The fact that people really can't see in the dark.
Okay. You should try a nice little sweet cup of coffee. Come on. But I'm sure she saw the killer in the dark. The answer is clear. What is visible in the dark?
Who was this person that Miss Faye saw in the dark?
The fire? Ah, no, it isn't. Okay. Godot. Because of his light. Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see itself how this is possible, yes?
What? But how do you propose to show us something like that?
It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
Conditions?
Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. Are we gonna see like zoom?
Well, wait, but it can't be.
Good though. That was a nice bit of deduction. Right. You? Well, everyone. This is the man Maya saw the night of the murder. That is not at all how I expected it to go.
Order, order, order. Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this?
Because he was always wanting to rescue Maya and Mia.
But surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why are you denying it?
Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
If you've got a question, ask the witness. That is one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights?
Well, witness, answer the question.
You're wrong. I never saw that. Maya? I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different reason. What?
Witness, Mr. Wright, what the...
Stop your chattering. Your Honor.
Chattering?
If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That is one of my rules.
All right. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew that the killer was a man.
Oh, okay, Your Honor. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but... Wait, so it was Godot? When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. Is this weapon from... But if blood doesn't match the victims. I'm so confused. It is not going at all in the direction I thought it was going. I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all of the snow around the snow lanterns had been carefully cleaned up too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man?
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor,
No need to apologize. It is as Godot said, you were and are utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you will be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man. Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
It is really not going the direction I expected. When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. Oh, wait. So you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, is that right? Yes, I think it happened when the victim was stabbed. So then the person that carried you into the inner temple,
It would have only been the killer.
That's what I think too. So the killer carried Maya into the inner temple. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right? Yes, I think so as well. But then why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide. I don't know. Looks like she doesn't have enough confidence. I think I need to gather some more information before I ask her again. Okay, so we need to go back. The torches were lit and the body was gone. The torches were lit? Yeah, that's how I noticed that the whole scene had changed. I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be?
The killer probably lit them since it would be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body?
It's true. It's hard to see how any of that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain something like that would be The only person that was in the temple, Maya.
Very well, let me hear some more of the condition of the crime scene.
Also, what would Godot be doing at that spot? I'm so confused. Well, the snow around the lantern had also been carefully cleaned up too. So you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow? Did look really odd. Yeah, the fact that it's like square, cleaned up. The snow was removed in an unnaturally rectangular shape around the lantern. Is it like was a lot of blood on the ground? There were a lot of shovels around the inner temple, but they're all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use.
An odd fellow indeed, the killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take the snow away?
Well, there's one thing I can't think of. Didn't you say that a lot of the victim's blood sprayed onto the snow? Yeah. The area collapsed and ended up being splattered. In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation.
Perhaps. However, there's something that's bothering me. If the killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it, there was no need to remove that amount now, was there?
It's true. I could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood. Oh! He couldn't have seen the snow that was stained with blood. Godot can't see red. Or is seeing everything in red.
Looks like there's some mysteries behind this issue.
But I think this will help explain them. Since the person did all that work alone, I assumed it was a man. So you're saying that you never saw the killer, right? Yes, but earlier you were clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attacker. Nick, I'm sorry. The killer certainly went through a lot of trouble, moving the body by pendulum, manipulating the crime scene, and for what purpose? And why do all that? Maybe Maya knows more than she's letting on. Can I present Godot? No. Because that is a thing that we were like saw once. Okay, no, it can't. It isn't both of them. Okay, so I'm gonna load back again. Another thing that I was thinking of is going back here, right? You did? Yeah. I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence for me, for my sake.
What? Hiding it for you?
Everyone knew that I was the only one in the temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden, she may have thought that you had done it.
No, she definitely would have thought so. And you say that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened?
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Cleaned up the evidence about what happened. Still not Godot. Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't understand why you keep bringing up Godot.
Because he doesn't see red. Okay, oh yeah. But your name wasn't changed. The body of Elise Donim was carried all the way to the Hazakura temple courtyard. Then at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspected was covered in blood, was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all that was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. No. And what would that be? You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godot. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. Ah. If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern?
Oh, you're right. Order. But, Mr. Wright, isn't it the fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene?
Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the bloody snow. They're not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing. But if that is the case, do you have any explanation for the killer's mysterious behaviors? Why would this killer move the body, not remove all the snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern? I don't know what the killer's plan was, but it's a fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it.
Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why did the killer leave the message written in blood on the lantern?
The killer didn't notice it. Prosecutor Godot, early in this trial, you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossibilities, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that a crime had occurred there. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it. But that doesn't make any sense. The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something as glaring as that. You're right. There's no way any normal person would.
Oh, what? Why are you trying to say, Mr. Wright?
There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether.
And who would that be? Who is the person that could have failed to notice the bloody writing?
Mr. Godot, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still cannot see everything.
You can't see everything? Is that correct, Mr. Godot?
This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented.
This lantern? There's something written on it. Why, it's written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern is as clean as a whistle. Mr. Godot, just admit it. There are certain colors you can't see, correct? You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right. We went through this once before, during the poisoning case at Très Bien. This is the apron that the delightful Miss Birdie was wearing at the time, and someone spilled coffee on.
There's something still bothering Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
I don't play games with prosecutor. The blood colored stain that's smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about the blood stain. You could see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup, because it was red. It is strange. In a black and white photo, those letters could have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one that can't see them?
So then, Mr. Godot, are you admitting it? Are you admitting that you can't see the red writing on the lantern?
That's also why I didn't see the, come on. This thing. It appeared white to him. On the snow.
Are you meaning you can't see the red writing on the lantern?
Hey, Gramps, didn't you know? That is the right reason why I don't think a red tea. Oh, red tea. I was like red coffee. What kind of coffee is that? I wasn't sure about it until now, but I just can't believe it. Prosecutor Godot is the murderer, but there's no going back now. I finally figured it out, the truth. I was so wrong. Can't believe how wrong I was. Mr. Godot, the defense at this time formally accuses you. You're the murderer of Miss Donim, also known as Misty Faye. Because they didn't know.
It's hard to believe this may be true, but however, once again Mr. Wright has brought up this quietening fact about you.
Just make sure you don't fill out the indictments in the red ink, Gramps. Come on now. How does a little graffiti make me into the killer? Besides, it's not like it's my name that's written on it. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is rich. Do go on, right? The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow.
In the snow? How so?
Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? You said it yourself. If you wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area?
Oh yes, why didn't they just take that? Oh, wait a second. Could it be?
Yep. The killer couldn't see the red snow that had seeped into the snow, and so he had to remove all the snow. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area. Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark? Not a chance. The torches were all lit. He should have been able to see it just fine.
It seems that once again this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least.
It has, yeah.
Can you explain this, Mr. Godot?
Maya?
Hold it.
Wait, just wait a minute. Maya?
What is it, witness?
Mr. Godot isn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the inner temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up. Maya. You cannot testify to seeing something like that. Why? What do you mean? I may not look like it, but I'm... After the murder happened, you didn't even exist.
She didn't... I'm afraid I don't follow.
Are you senile, old man? We established this just a little while ago. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a very long time. Yeah, because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh yes, that's right.
Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me. Do you plan to cover for Godot no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If it means you're going to hear the whole truth, I say we shall not silence her. Nicely done, right.
Very well, then let's hear the witness testimony. Please tell us what happened at the inner temple after the murder.
Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling and let my spirit left me, as it were. But little Pearly was there at the inner temple too. Oh, wait. Pearly was also stuck on the inner temple side that night. The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Godot arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearly first and cleared her right up.
Who is this?
That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye.
So when did you hear about this?
Oh, just a while ago when I was in the medical office.
Terrible sorry, but what you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony.
What? Come on. Pearly would never tell a lie. She's way more honest than I'll ever be. Real small, Maya. You always know the best thing to say when you're on the oath. The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness.
Oh, Mr. Godot?
Let us just move on to the cross-examination if the defense has no objections.
What is highly unusual, but, well, Mr. Wright?
Let's get this cross-examination started. Pearly was also stuck on the inner temple that night. Yeah, but like... What about Godot? Gumshoe. Okay, no, it wasn't Gumshoe. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like... Thingy came first, but no. Doesn't mean anything that Gumshoe didn't arrive either. So what did you think Pearl slept that night? In the spare prep room next to the training hall, I guess. There's a rule that you can't enter the training hall during an acolyte's training.
But even so, why did you go to the inner temple in the first place?
Seems that Pearly became very worried about Maya. She knew that the spiritual training I was about to undergo was very intense. Pearl was supposed to channel Dahlia Hawthorne, but she couldn't do it. That's why she headed to the inner temple. However, Dahlia Hawthorne was already there, possessing the body of Elise Donim. The next morning she looked around and couldn't find anyone. She searched the entire inner temple side end to end. Well, you see, Pearly gets pretty scared when she's alone. There weren't that many places to look. She said that she even went back and forth several times. The inner temple side has two structures, the training hall and a spare prep room. And there's also a storage shack, I think. That's about it. There was a storage shack too. We didn't see those two places, by the way. Pearl was looking for other people, right? Would she have really examined the storage shack all that carefully? Well, if it's me, that would have been the first place I would investigate. Because you wanna eat.
So that means it's possible that someone might have been hiding in the storage shack.
The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the prep room. Pearl didn't hear the sound of them walking on the bridge. What do you mean? Well, she was wondering why she would stay in the prep room. If it was me, I would at least go out and wait for the at the foot of the bridge. Oh, well, Pearly said she was sleeping at the time. She said she was so scared during the night. She couldn't sleep well and woke up a bunch of times.
Poor little girl, all alone like that.
Well, we know that you had at least one friend in the Sacred Cavern. Dahlia Hawthorne was busy battling with the trick lock. She couldn't let anyone see her, so she wouldn't have shown herself to Pearls. What happened after the bridge was finally fixed? That's when Mr. Godot arrived at the inner temple. So it was your first time on the inner temple side, Mr. Godot? That's funny. I'm imagining things on the defense asking me a question.
Mr. Wright, please save your questions for the witness.
What you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. Those are your words, Your Honor.
Oh, touche, Mr. Wright. Oh, well. What do you have to say, Mr. Godot?
Hot nights and even hotter coffee. That is what I always say. If it hadn't been for this case, I never would have visited there. A freezing cold temple in the mountains. I think I'll pass. So he had never visited the Sakura temple or the inner temple, huh? You don't want to say something, right? In any case, I have to find a crack in Godot's armor. While I cross-examine mine, that is.
Well. Go on with your testimony. After fixing the bridge, the policeman came over to the inner temple side, right?
Yes, and then Mr. Godot. If I'm Pearly first and cheered her right up. He cheered her up. That's what Pearly said. She said you was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Godot.
Oh, you're always thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict.
There's a soft spot for the Faye family for some reason. Cut it out. You're making me blush. This guy's really beginning to get on my nerves in more ways than one. The truth is there are many places to look on the inner temple side. The policemen were all busy going over the garden with the fine-toothed combs. So I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way, a Godot style.
I'm the same way. I like to hand down verdicts in my own style. Judge style.
Maybe I should ask some questions Pheonix style. Good one, Pheonix. So good one. So you cheered Pearls up? When I found that little girl, the first thing she asked was about her cousin, Maya Faye. Really? The bridge had burned down and she was holed up in the tiny shack with no heat. And even though she must have had a truly terrifying night out there, she asked about you before she said a thing about herself. Pearly, I noticed also that you weren't anywhere on the inner temple side, but I couldn't find it in me to tell her that. So I gave her my last cup. Copy? With milk and sugar to hide the bitterness of the harsh truth.
What are sweet stories?
In terms of coffee? Why doesn't that surprise me? True! Yeah. It is like something I feel like he would do. So one thing that of any importance here. Where was Godot when the murder was taking place? He must have already been at the inn temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Elise on him. I guess I gotta ask about the investigation now, right? That's the only thing left that we have not seen yet. Bling, bling, bling. Give me more blings. You said that you conducted an investigation of your own. Did you find anything? It looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, right? After all, I didn't miss the bloody writing on the lantern. Well, I didn't miss it, so speak it for yourself, Goggles. The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty in the training hall. The beauty? Misty Faye, naturally. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. What? Stunning Japanese garb? Western taste? Could I find a stranger way to describe gravy? Oh, the gravy!
So, from there you headed for the prep room?
Wait a second. What did Godot just say? I think I just found his proverbial weak spot. There's only one thing of any importance here. Where was Godot when the murder was taking place? Oh wait, we already had that. I would not have known that it was... Oh. True, I didn't think about that. I forgot that you wasn't Gravy before. Mr. Godot, the first time you crossed the Dusky Bridge and went into the inner temple was long before the murder took place. Hmm? Oh, why do you say that? Because you just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall.
The hanging scroll?
But Mr. Godot is right. The scroll shows a picture of my mother. Well, Maya, I know you know who it is, but there's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this.
What's this wonderfully delicious smell?
The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy. Gravy? But why gravy, Nick? Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Godot, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have any idea knowing that it was Misty Faye. Oh, wait a minute, Nick. Yeah? Take another look at this hanging scroll. Look at the top. There's a crest right there. It's the mark of the master, correct? Exactly. So if you know the meaning of the mark,
then you could guess that it was a picture of Misty Faye on there.
True, but Mr. Godot described that it was underneath like this. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. Oh. Yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he couldn't have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Godot, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the inner temple long before the crime took place. Were you meeting up with Elise? Can I ask you just one thing, Wright? What? This whole theory of yours, it all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed. That's right. Otherwise there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene. Is that why Ellie... But who would have told her? Iris? No, she doesn't know about that. Of course Mr. Godot knew about the plan.
Eh? What did you say? Is it really possible that another person knew of the plan?
This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay altered the plan for her daughter's future, and these instructions were hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time little Pearlie found these instructions, they had already been unsealed.
Unsealed?
Yes, the killer had read those instructions long before Pearls ever found them. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the inner temple. When did we knew that? Opened once before. I didn't even read that. And you still insist this crafty killer is me? You bet I do. But you just said that these instructions were hidden. That's right. Mr. Doe couldn't have known where the instructions were hidden. If you really wanted to know, you had one great chance to find out.
Oh, yes, and when was that?
During a visit. A visit? Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only place for someone to have learned where they were hidden.
Eavesdropping on a visit on a detention center?
Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like for example, a prosecutor just as Mr. Godot.
Order, Mr. Godot. You're under fire once again.
This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge, and you were the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder. That means you could have almost killed Pearlie. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. Humans are afraid of the dark, and yet, at the same time, we are fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that is why humans think the darkness that is coffee. I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out that Godot doesn't even like coffee. Sorry for always asking, but what does that mean? It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. after discovering the plants hidden in the temple and wait for the crime to occur. Then he ultimately took a person's life. And he did all that just to protect this witness. Yep, that's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? Because you loved Mia? This girl is nothing but a stranger to me. I've got no reason to go through that kind of trouble to protect her. I am what you see. I am certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress.
The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word. Even considering what the killer wanted to protect this witness' life, his behavior is still far too unnatural.
However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godot? An unshakable reason to force you to protect this witness at all costs. I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick? Maya. I guess you were doing your best to cover for Godot for the same reason, huh? Okay, Wright, I am all ears. Let us hear it. It's very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you.
What? What's this?
There is one person who lies at the very center of this story. One person that ties you and Maya Fey together. There is a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once walked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney.
Oh, wait a second here. Mr. Godot is a defense attorney?
With your honest, piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Godot. His real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right? The last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago.
Diego Armando, that name rings a bell.
It shouldn't, Your Honor. All of this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Maya couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked at. It is my fault. It's my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Mia, you cannot cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith in the clients, that pure, sweet heart of hers. That is why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident, and then one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria.
Oh, I just remembered. 6 years ago it was right here in this penthouse, a courthouse. You were poisoned.
Even I did not see it coming. And she poisoned your coffee. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee.
Some newspaper at the time called it a murder, but very little information about this case was released to the press.
But you weren't dead at all. And no official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma. I see. My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long and deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number of my own central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all my hair turned white due to the damage it caused. That's terrible. Apparently it was a miracle that I even regained consciousness. 5 years has passed since I drank that poisoned brew. And Mia was dead. And then one morning my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee.
For 5 years? You were asleep for 5 years?
And the worst possible news was awaiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered, and the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death.
The woman you loathed?
The woman who had spiked my scalding hot coffee. Dahlia Hawthorne. Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up. That's sad. For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for those 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor. If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live? The first was you, Wright. Eh? Me? If I hadn't drunk that stupid poison, Mia Fey would never have died, much less the way she did. You think? You were the only one who was there to protect her. But you let her die. It was all your fault. It wasn't like that. I wanted to see from myself what kind of man you really were.
So that's why you became a prosecutor?
My other reason for living. She goes by the name of Mia Fey. You mean me? You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Crane Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her. And that's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center. I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought that if I could do that, then I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. That makes sense. If Pearl had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she never would have helped out. Yeah. Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both my accomplices.
Accomplices?
Iris of Isakura Temple and Misty Fey. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey.
But how did you contact my mother?
She had been missing for almost 20 years. Officially, yes.
Oh, what? What do you mean by that, officially?
I might have known about it. You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government.
Oh, yeah, we did. Bikini did mention something like that. She said the Master of Kurain had great authority.
Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded a great influence. The police had been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. And that is how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor. So my mother was cooperating with you? And then she let herself die. Don't ever forget, no matter how far away from you she was. She never stopped thinking about you. She was always. That is why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff.
Her staff? The one with the sword in it.
How do you know about the sword? Did we mention that? I don't remember that. The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. I think we mentioned it like a little bit with Iris, right? We met for the first time at Asakura Temple. That is when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price. Mother. Killing her own sister. That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean Pearl's, don't you? We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you would like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. Oh. I can't believe there was some ulterior motives behind it. We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up. She was worried about and followed me to the inner temple. That was the thing we were most afraid of. and that is why Misty Faye had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body.
What? What do you mean?
If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself.
Oh.
As Master of Kurain, Misty Faye's powers were supreme, so that is how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Faye wouldn't be able to.
Oh, what?
You didn't notice that, Maya?
What? Is this true?
My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Faye, and that is why I hid myself in the inner temple, just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. Good-o. Anyway, that is all I'm going to admit to, right? There is no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney, but you're going to have to do the rest yourself.
The backroom ground leading up to the incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Faye, and I'm sad to say, you, Mr. Godot.
Well tried. If you're the real deal, then finish these things once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own.
No, Nick, please don't.
Maya, I hear the whole thing from my sister, the medical office. That's why you have to protect Mr. Godot. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia, and me too. Maya, I know that. Nick? But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify.
Oh. Miss Faye, please your testimony, please.
This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, but because I will know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips. I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick. I'm still like clinging to the sliver of hope that it was Elise. Oh, that was Misty.
All right, young lady, tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder?
The time of the murder. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I would ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. And just at that dark moment, it was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness.
Oh, those red lights. I thought you said you don't remember seeing them.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden. Things break, right? Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? It looks like you still cannot prove it. Why are you telling the truth? This time I know it. The rest is up to me.
Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness.
The time of the murder. Is it this? Is this gonna be like a... I don't know, right? Lights shining in the dark. I don't think you could make a mistake about that. Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. And I can't tell you for sure if they were from Mr. Godot's mask either. I don't get the feeling she's covering for him anymore, but... gotta press harder. But just after that, you turned towards the light and called for help. Isn't that because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Godot's mask? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time, but I can't remember after all. There was a person I couldn't identify in front of me. My life was in danger at that time. There's no way she can't remember. She can remember the details of the scene perfectly.
All right then, let's go on with the testimony. What did you do with the lights?
I thought I would ask for help, but then I was just splattered with blood. That blood, was it Dahlia Hawthorne's blood? I think so, probably. Just at the moment I heard a soft scream that seemed to be close by. It was a woman's voice.
But that was when the killer stabbed the victim from behind with a murder weapon. Is that right?
Without a doubt. Maya was in the middle of a really dangerous situation. Anyway, the victim was stabbed by the murder weapon. And what happened after that? It's like the murder weapon, that's this one. It's not this one. But whose blood is this? She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Struck back? How do you know that? Well, you're right, I didn't see it exactly, but I could tell by the sound of their breathing and movement. And also the smell of blood.
You have witnessed more horror than any young lady should ever have to in one life. So then, what did you do at the time?
Couldn't move. I could just barely make out their shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do. Could you still see the red lights you mentioned earlier? Yes, I think so, but suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark.
They went out?
Yes, suddenly I couldn't see them at all.
What could you mean?
The red lights were coming from Godot's mask and they went out right in the middle of the fight. Maybe the mask was damaged, or maybe it was knocked off. Or maybe the batteries rang out, right?
Or maybe those little red pinhead looking lights just stopped working.
Could have really happened then. We'll never know. At that moment there was a horrible scream. What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out? Yes, that's right. Scream that you heard then. Was it Dahlia Hawthorne? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice.
What?
Was it the knife stuck the Godot?
So then that scream came from the killer?
That's gotta be it. I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
Then the killer let out a scream of pain, huh?
After that, the killer stole the blade bag and delivered the final blow, I guess.
Well, Mr. Wright, it seems to make sense to me.
Sounds like a reasonable deduction, but I still gotta wonder. Contradiction. I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would lead to enormous contradictions.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct.
True. Remember the testimony you just gave? Before the killer let out a scream, Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade in the staff had already been plunged into the victim. Oh! That's right! She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff. The little knife. If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, right? There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as a weapon here. If Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff, what could she have used to strike back at the the killer? Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one.
The dagger we found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree. Yes, the detective found that this morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to wound him as well. Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim. How did you know there was blood? Have you forgotten that the blood has already been tested? Oh, and since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body.
So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer?
Exactly. The DNA analysis of the blood would prove it without a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Godot, it would prove that it is your blood. Nice theory, right?
Order in the court.
Is this the end? Have I done it? No, even he won't be able to change the result of a scientific test. I have a feeling it's not it yet. Let me ask you something, Trite. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer. Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? What? Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom.
Oh yes, what does that prove?
Well, if I really were the killer, I could have just washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it. That... oh, it can't be. In any case, there is one thing I can guarantee, right? That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Not a chance. What?
Well, in any event, it seems that to be established that the killer was wounded. Alright then, Destiny, please.
Wait a minute.
What's the problem?
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation. Maya? In mine? This dagger. You said that it wounded the killer. Yeah. That's right. But Mr. Godot had really been cut with a dagger. His clothes would be bloody or have a rip in them, right? Maya. Maybe just change his clothes. That would solve the contradiction pretty easily. What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder. Everyone that wasn't in the temple side got trapped there.
Oh, that's right.
And once the bridge was fixed and the police headed for the inner temple,
Mr. Godot was already there waiting for them.
He never had a chance to change his clothes. Oh. Maybe true.
Order in the court. What the witness says is true.
Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him.
But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes?
The judge just takes smart pills during the last recess. Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. That way he wouldn't get any blood on them. That is impossible, right? You know how cold it gets up there late at night, eh? After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'll be frozen solid. So that is all you've got. I knew we weren't tough enough to finish this. Right now, if Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already. If Mia Fey were here? So come on, Wright, can you do it or not?
How about it, Mr. Wright?
I have no idea.
You've accused Mr. Godot of being the killer. Can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence?
The question wasn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is, I have to prove it. That is the only choice I have. It was thought that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. I can prove it. Oh, can I? How, right? Because I have no idea. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you wanted. That is good. A fighter till the bitter end, right? Since there is just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for unlimited penalty? Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? I already have no health. That helps nothing. Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got just the one piece of evidence I need. Give me a break. You've got nothing to write. What do I do at that time? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach this from a different angle.
Alright then. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've got.
I'm anxious. There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. This was proven by the blood on the dagger.
But we decided it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. From him being cut by a dagger, there should have been a blood stain on his clothes.
There's one place the killer could have hidden his wound.
Oh, what did you say?
Hidden? The head? This is it, my last stand. Gotta think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there were no bloodstains on his clothes. Oh, it's also like it was dark. Dahlia didn't see anyone else. It's like, where do I hit him? I don't see his body. Okay, I'll hit the head. I have to show how he hid his wound. It's the end of the line. The final stop to write. Let us hear what you've got. Where is the location where you say the killer hid his wound? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm frankly, I don't need to know. Okay, no, never mind. The reason I could save, the reason I could load was because it was correct. I'm an idiot. I had like, I went back, loaded the file, and then I was like, why can't I no longer save? I could do it before. It's like, oh yes. I'm so stupid. And frankly, I do not need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right? Right. Mia was there. What was that just now? Mia? It cannot be. You're living on through him? Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. Right there, it's beneath your mask. During the fight, the red light given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I would say this whole case is solved. Oh! This case threw me through the loop 15 times. Like, not gonna lie, I did not know what to expect. Any other moments, it had me leading with like red herrings, leading with like stupid theories and everything. Just now, I saw a spirit in you. I never liked you. 6 years ago, you helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her love poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. Yeah. But you didn't care. You just kept on living your pathetic happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That is what I had thought. Mr. Godot. But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person... Oh, there's a cat outside. I'll meet. The only person I could never truly forgive in my heart was me.
You yourself?
Well, yeah, obviously. It's like, oh yeah, this all stemmed from the fact that I couldn't protect myself. I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just could not face Mia's death head on, and so I ran. I hid behind a name. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya. Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway. What do you mean? Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, then there is one person that I should have gone and talked to right away. Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick? But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. But I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason. No, why? I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all. No, wait, what? I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia, nothing more. That's why I let you work your life into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya. Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I am not really sure.
What do you mean by that?
That night, in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette. A part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. Yeah, revenge against Dahlia. I'm not exactly sure what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by pure desire to protect Maya Fey? Or was it something else? A desire for revenge? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years ago? Could it have simply been a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something, however, today. Oh? What? I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion. A fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people. In that one moment, I understood everything. Mr. Godot. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me. Thanks. Your wound, it's bleeding. Did you forget already? In my world, the color red does not exist. These must be my tears.
Tears?
Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment. Mr. Armando, he did say, save your tears when it's all over. You would do well to remember that, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
This time, it really is over, isn't it? Defendant.
Yes, Your Honor.
Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body of the crime scene is a serious offense in of itself.
I understand, Your Honor.
And
Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway.
Okay, very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright. I want to apologize to you.
Apologize? To me? For what?
For the case 5 years ago. Of course.
I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover?
Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can still hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me. But why? Such a weird thing. It's not all that surprising. The two of you. You hardly knew each other.
Eh?
What do you mean? Were all the dates Pheonix went to with Iris? You and my sister. You only met twice.
Eh?
We only met twice? The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. The next time you met was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doe Swallow was killed. No way. That can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were... For those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister.
Wait, it wasn't Dahlia?
I hope one day you can forgive me, Feeny.
It was you?
You mean... That's right. I lied to you for 8 months.
What? I can't believe this. But why? Why would you do such a thing?
Ever since she gave you that bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and the surveillance, you couldn't move about freely. So that's why you, my sister, from the beginning she was prepared for the worst. Prepared for the worst? She thought that you might somehow discover the truth, and that's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice. You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you? She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance. And that's why you came to me. You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in her place. But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 8 months passed, I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. And she tried to kill you. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had happened. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime. And you were conferred with you. I think she must have noticed. Noticed what? That Iris was my feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her. Even if it meant her life. Or mine. Iris. After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed. Why is it so bittersweet? I have something to say to you too. Yes? You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you. Oh. Thank you. Oh. Why is this so bittersweet? How many cups of darkness have I drunk over the years? Even I do not know. Now I'll tell you, however. Right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Oh, you cleaned up the blood that you had. No, I mean your tears. Don't you think so, Pheonix Wright? I have one with him! Oh, it's cute! Yeah, I think you're right. The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim Elise Donim. At some point, I expect you to be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant not guilty. Oh. Court is now adjourned. What a case. I gotta say, build-up wise, I feel like this is the best case. It had me on a loop. I did not understand where it was going so many times. I had like wrong theories all the time. I did not see this coming. But man, it's building up so well. I guess it's all over, huh? The way everything ended, was justice really served? Well, this isn't justice for old Pheonix. This is trials and tribulations. The man who risked his life to save mine is being sent to prison by my own hand. Of course justice was served. Mia. I'm proud of you, Pheonix. Your defense was truly brilliant. Was it? I was so bad. But I couldn't save Mr. Armando, the man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong, Mr. Pheonix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You mean with that verdict? I think one day you'll understand too. Pheonix, I want you to remember one thing. You were as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There is nothing more you can learn from me. Mia, you've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you. Mia, I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, Pheonix. I've handled lots of cases and seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Nick, Maya. I guess it's just like my sis said. Mia? What did she say? That night when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back on my notebook. Don't worry, Pheonix will save everyone in the end. But come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you've done for us, Nick. Maya, how? How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You saw your own mother murdered. Ouch! Francesca, what are you doing here? Still a softie as always, Pheonix Wright. Excellent work, Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, when did you get back? Oh, that's right. She's been oh no! Like, it's been back for like a week now because of all that happened. Edward and Francesca have actually been helping me. Helping you? And if these two hadn't been here on the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Wow, but where were you, Nick? I heard he fell into a river and had caught a nasty cold, which forced him to sleep all day. Yeah, and laid in bed shivering from his fever when, with Iris's hood pulled over his head. Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too, Francesca. I don't suppose. Oh, I thought it was good though. I don't suppose there's room for me in the group hug, is there? Oh, Larry, what's with the longer than usual face? Oh, I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone, not even once. That's not true, right, Nick? What? You're asking me? Well, Nick, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right? Yeah, sure, of course. I knew it. I knew it. Everyone would be better off without me. Is that what I said? I didn't read it. If I were gone for good. No. Oh yeah, those portraits you painted. They were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? What? Me? I wouldn't making that face for, Edgy. Well, yeah, indeed. I certainly can't say that they lack resemblance. And do you really mean it? What about you, Francie? Did I draw you well too? Ouch! My beauty cannot possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something. Oh shit, then you'll do it like you promised? You're going to model for my next picture book, Francis Whippity Whip Trip? Don't get carried away. Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. The painting of Pearl was pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mentioned, I haven't seen her around. Well, yeah, Pearly, where could you have gone? Normally you would have made a beeline for Maya. Well, I'll go look for her. I'll be right back. Mia was like channeling in her. Oh, she was channeling Mia rather. Pearly! Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. Oh? Why? I suspect you are wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that's happened. Yeah, kinda. To be honest, I do not quite understand it either. Francisca? That's right, she lost her father fairly recently as well. I think I understand how she feels. Maya is a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as can be. What do you mean by now is exactly the time? Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, it was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. I believe it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya? That dwarf. I think I'm starting to understand too. Ouch! Then tell me, Pheonix Wright, who is Maya Fey being strong for? Oh, scared the bitches out of me. I thought I did it wrong. Pearly. She's like a child. Poor Fey. The poor kid, after all. The reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. For the good of the Fey clan. I'm sure she believed in every word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. She loves her. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. They're adorable together. I love the two of them. But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed, and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable. That's exactly why Maya is putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake. Until she can see her smile again.
Oh, hey, so this is where you all were. Looks like we've got quite a bunch here today. Oh, ouch! What was that for, sir?
I'm sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own. Oh. What's up, Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, well, you know this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight. Dinner's on me. My salary's just kind of gone down by a teeny weeny bit, but that's alright. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight.
Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward. Detective Gumshoe, you said a first-class restaurant. You don't mean...
Très bien. Where else?
I know it. We're doomed.
Come on now, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Hey, you, Crybaby, you're invited too.
Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser's shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taking an awful long to get the bag. She's still out looking for pearls. Maya, what's wrong? Nick, what do I do? Pearly. Can't find her anywhere. Eh?
Ah, but you just went back home. That's all.
I thought so too, so called the village. But no one has heard from her. This has never happened before. As I figured, she has been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya. But now that this was her fault, what should I do? Only one thing. Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah, what is it, pal?
Could you guys go on ahead?
But what about you?
Maya and I will join you guys once we find Pearly. Nick? Don't worry about this, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh, yeah, but you're the... Ouch!
Very well, Pheonix Wright. We'll go on ahead. Don't keep us waiting, right? We won't. But where else would we look? Where could Pearly have gone? Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might have gone to. Here? Asakura Temple main gate. Asakura Temple? For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon? Oh! Sister Bikini. I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she is here. Pearly is here? Oh, she's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Okay. She was cleaning up the... Pearly's not here. Oh, Maya, the hanging scroll. It's been cleaned up. Someone cleaned it off. It's gotta be Pearly. Ah, Mystic Maya! Pearly! Why did you just leave like that? Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again, because it was all my fault that Mystic Maya's mother... That's why you came here? The least I could do to pray for your happiness. You don't have to do that, Pearly. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone, but how do I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie to make me feel better. No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here at all is thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mom, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do. Mystic Maya. I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Oh, Sister Bikini. Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Coraine, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya is always in my thoughts. It's true, she'll always be with me, until the day I die. And she was. Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. Oh, she'll always be with you until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something all masters ought to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die. Oh, that's the master's talisman. The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important, rather it was the content. Game, you're making me cry. That's a photo? Mother, it's a photo of Maya and Mia. It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That is the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Oh, they also broke it. That's so funny. Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, that is so good. Even when the battle is over, the bonds that connect us are severed. We always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Poles, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother too. I learned that from all of them. Well, shall we get going? Everyone is waiting. It only took like 3 hours to get here. This is a day to remember. A day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate that, what we've overcome today. But I still can't. Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. I'll be waiting. Okay. Alright. I'm going to make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise. I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservation for 3 when you come back. Alright, we're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya. I'll eat lots and lots and lots of food today. And tonight. You know, there's one thing I don't get. And I probably don't want to, but... What is it, Nick? Reservation for training is fine and all. But why for 3? Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can trade right alongside us. Huh? I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you. Eh? Huh? Have a great Nick. We're going to do the special course, of course. That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Missing Maya, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick? You know, I was wondering if I can't just say one little thing. Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it. I'm getting goosebumps too. I'm out of here. Well then, here goes nothing. Objection. Good one, Phoenix. That's a good one. As long as I haven't looked up or captured or something like that. Well, oh shit. I didn't see that. I was looking away. I'm an idiot. I didn't expect there to be more writing. So it's true, Mr. Nick really is Mystic Maya's knight in shining armor. I went through with the special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special ultra course. I'm sure I would surprise the two of them by making them a secret reservation. Kill it, go away, I'm eating my spaghetti. I feel 10 years younger and never take it off. Oh, yes. But somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like, sir. Don't worry about it. I am name of love and name will soil himself silly. Wait, the two of them get together? What? That feels weird. It's alright, I once again needed that. Thanks to you, the Treasure of Corain exhibit was a great success. I'm going to see Miss von Karma, and she told me how to use the whip and said that I must show you what I've learned. Please don't. But yeah, with that, oh hello there, Ron the Light. Destin and I started a company called Mask the Mask Consultations. We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of all the criminals in there. Our motto is cut it down, please. Pretty cute, right? Oh well, we also sell plans to the criminals as a kind of side business. Oh, that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals. They're the Swiss people, oh gosh. Selling a solution and selling, like, oh, not even selling a solution, like selling to both sides. That's weird. I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright to exterminate, so I lent him 500,000 and a tea set. A special thick tea, one I mixed with my own 2 hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Went through compromise. But I'm guessing, like, this is not the thing that, like, this is not the case that causes Pheonix to fall.
I'm just an old man in the wig, a wrinkly, grumpy clown with no waste of space. Well, at least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. They talk about embarrassing. 69 nice years old, and I cried like a baby with a diaper.
But yeah, like I said, like I thought this was gonna be like the big show of like the... As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We have hired a new programmer to replace Glenn Elk. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adam Mada. As soon as I heard his name, I knew a brain circuits would align perfectly. Yeah, because all of the names is like, not anagrams, but like the same one way the other one. My, more reporters. Ever since the murder, we've made so much money. I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I provide such a nice visual, especially in spring. I cannot wait for Iris to come back. Oh, is Iris gonna come back? Okay. Because, like... It's so weird, like... Is Pheonix... You turned into such a respectable man, Feeny. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed. And that's amazing. Polly's like, no, only have eyes for Mystic Maya. Not for this one. Sam Riegel? What the? That's a funny name. I remember, like, that guy's name is like everywhere, or used to be everywhere. Like nowadays, not that much anymore. So that threw me off. But yeah, like I was saying, this is the final one. This is the final episode of Pheonix Wright. I thought this was gonna be his like big like case that brought him down in the Appolo Justice, but apparently no. There's another one. And now I'm really curious, like, what happened? What happens to Pheonix Wright after this? Because, like, his life gets destroyed. He stops being a defense attorney, which is, like, one of the biggest things that he was all about. Watch this, I'm back from a long and tiring vacation and no one is here to greet me. I guess while I was gone, my little whippersnapper buddy quit and now I've got no one. Oh, what kind of a lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? What's with all the flashing lights and switches? I feel like some sort of space alien. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these macadamia nuts that I brought back for everyone. If I bring them over to Edgy. Okay, that's going too fast for me. Sorry about that, old bag. I can't do that one. But yeah, like, I'm really curious about the other games in the series. I think, like, after this game, story-wise... Oh, wait. I would have to look it up, right? I'm an artist. A really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser after all. Yeah, finally! Let me look up. Pheonix Wright... Ace Attorney, like, storyline. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the timeline, that's what I was thinking about. And the three of them. The three that I guess died now, right? Because Godot gets executed for killing someone. That is so crazy though. Like, that's such a rough Yay, you finished both the episode 5 and as well all of Pheonix Wright Trials and Tribulation. Yeah, there's technically seen 2 great Ace Attorney games before Pheonix Wright Trilogy, right? The ones that are like in the past 1600? 1900? When was it? When is it set? It's set like in the past, but I do not remember when. Blah 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 blah. But it's set in the past, so like it doesn't have that much of a connection to the other ones. Okay, so the investigations of Miles Edgeworth comes after Trials and Tribulation. The first one and the second one. And then you have Appolo Justice. And then you have Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. Pheonix Wright? What are those 2 games? Wait, Pheonix is back? I'm so confused. Turnabout Trials 6. I did not even know that he was back. That's kind of cool. So the other trilogy, the one with Appolo Justice, has Pheonix Wright as well in it. That is interesting. I did not know that. Oh, there is the timeline as well. The 3 games, yeah, and then just that. Wait, let me see. You have the. Okay, that timeline is like so small. I can't even read it. Yeah, I can't even read it. Are you kidding me? Why does it look like that? But it says like a few millennia. See fools. Oh, there you go. Much better. There's the Great Detective Ace Attorney game. Then there's the second one. That's only a few months later. And then after that one, it's like about like 100 years. Then you have the first Pheonix Wright. Then you have like it's late 19th century. Okay. Then you have like the first game, 1 year later. The second game, 1 year later. The third game. Then 1 month later, you have the 2 games of investigation for Miles Edgeworth, right? Like only a bit behind between each other, right? Like 1 month and then a few days later. So I guess those 2 cases are very connected, interestingly enough. However, the big one being like Ace Attorney mainline, Pheonix Wright, and then Appolo Justice. Appolo Justice is 7 years later. That is crazy. And then again, it's like 1 year later and 1 year later. That's cool. I did not know that. That is so interesting. I'm really looking forward to trying the other games as well. Because like, this game kind of sold me on them. Not gonna lie, I am loving the characters. I am loving the game. I'm loving so much of it. It was such a good game. And I'll get the game, the other, because like, I don't have the other games. I only have Ace Attorney, the trilogy, right? Oh, my throat. But the other games are also all on Steam. You have Appolo Justice, you have the old the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. That one is also on Steam. And you have the Ace Attorney Investigation Collection, which is the one with Miles Edgeworth. All 3 are on Steam. Also, the reason why I thought the other 2, like 5 and 6, were also Appolo Justice is because it's called the Appolo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Not the Appolo Justice and Pheonix Wright Trilogy. That's why I thought that one was like that, you know? But it's so interesting. I really want to play that one as well. It has also 16 episodes. Like, oh gosh, it's more than the other one. Right? The other one has like 14. Because you had, let me open up here. Over here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one being like a very late game edition. In Justice for All, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in Trials and Tribulation, which we just finished, we had 5. But yeah. It was so interesting to see what they did with this story. Like, doing it with Maya, being like, oh look, Pheonix! When it was before it was a thingy. We never meet Iris in this. Like, we never meet Iris. We only ever see Dahlia. Which is kind of an interesting, like, tidbit. I'm pretty sure, because, like, the moment that we see Dahlia, it's already been like, oh, it's Dahlia, right? Especially considering, like, you don't even have a like second examination or something. It's all just a trial. And here we also don't see Iris. We only see Dahlia, because Iris, well, backstabbed Dahlia with, like, not going through with the fake kidnapping. And then here has everything. Oh. That was a good episode though, I gotta say. Like, this one might be my favorite. This one, my least favorite of the of Trials and Tribulation. This one maybe, because like these three are just grouped together. Such a good case, like such a good storyline, right? I really like Ron the Light and the Mask just fiasco. Such a weird one. It's like, oh yeah, look at that, it's me, and then it's like, it's not me. Oh, it's a robbery, and then it's like, no, it's not a robbery. It is a murder. That was fun. I like that. That was funny. I love that twist. And also still keeping with the every case is a murder in this game. Right. What about here? With the one with Maggie Birdie, that one's kind of weak, right? That one was kind of cool. I like this one. Oh, that's the big top. Yeah, big top was fine. And this one was that one also, like, I like this one the most in this series. Then this one, I guess big top, and then last Turnabout. Lost Turnabout rather, because it's just I think it being an episode 1 is what makes it lose a lot of, like, the energy, because it's trying to still teach you everything, right? Like, this one is really cool. I love the twist that it was like, oh yes, you're the defendant is actually the murderer. So what you gonna do now? Are you gonna do what you gotta do? And then it's like, oh no, I will walk with Edgeworth, and I'll make it, like, really cool. Get that guy behind bars, and it's like, oh no, please put me behind bars. I don't want to be out. I'm gonna die. And then it's like, you're gonna die anyway, mate. You killed someone. And this one, I feel like just, it's also a really good, like, setup for meeting Pearly, for meeting, like, the mechanics of the Magatama. Like, so many good, like, things we got out of here. And also, I like Franziska. Franziska is such a good character. And then, the one that started it all. The first Turnabout. I still say, like, game-wise, this is an amazing tutorial to the game. Right? It shows you how the game works, how everything is, like, set up. It also shows how like, Larry has kind of changed. Larry has kind of become like a just at the butt of the joke at time, like so many times. This one is such a good one as well. The Samurai one was fine. It's not as good as the, like the. I feel like the episode 4 of 1, Turnabout Goodbyes, top 3. Top 3 cases in the entire trilogy that I played, right? That one was just that good. I really enjoyed Rite of the Ashes as well. And then like Turnabout Sisters, I would say, is like afterwards. And then just these two. Kind of like at the same rank, I would say. There is one thing though as well with this one. Because it is like kind of a DS attachment, right? It has so many things added to it that none of the other ones don't have. Oh look, we have camera things that you're watching through, right? You have the I have to look at the fingerprints. Oh, I have to look at where the blood is and stuff like that. It was interesting. I really liked it. I feel like that's gonna be something they add more in, well, the Miles Edgeworth cases than the Pheonix Wright cases, because that never came up again. Because all three games were on the Game Boy Advance, which is crazy to me that they were all three on the Game Boy Advance, right? Then they got all remade for the DS and localized as well on the Western Front as well, which is so nice. And like this one was an addition to the DS one. But yeah, but like I said, that's gonna be it then for Ace Attorney, Pheonix Wright, Trials and Tribulation. Such a good trilogy. Like I really enjoyed the game. Everything is so good. What is this one? That's cute. Rise from the Ashes. Oh, yeah, that's the one with Sky. Is this the anime? No, it's not the anime look for them. Oh, wait. Because she looks exactly like she does in the anime, which is kind of interesting. Justice for All game magazine cover. Oh, look at Pearly with her forehead. It's so funny. I love Pearly's forehead. It's such a cute one. Oh god, look at that face. Look at that face on the top. Good though. Armando, what the? Diego, calm down. She's dragging him. Oh. Oh. It's a scene that can never happen because of the two that are sitting there in the middle. Miles was about to get a little bit of a shower. Oh, look at them! It's everyone! Not like most of the NPCs. Oh, look! It says Trials and Tribulation, but like... Big Top wasn't Trials and Tribulation, was it? I don't remember it being. Yeah, all the Trials and there you go, that's the anime. That's the anime poster. They changed the art style super little bit, right? But it's... Oh, look at them. Oh, cute. Oh, I get the start. And these are just the every like scene. I love this one. This one is so cute. Was such an interesting one. Oh yeah, the one with like the ninja and everyone. And that guy. But anyway, enough reminiscing about the game. Thank you guys for watching. It's been 2 hours and a half. I did not think it was going to take me that long. I did go to get myself a spaghetti, which is now cold. But anyway, that's fine. Well, okay, I can always just reheat it, but I will be eating it cold anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed my journey through Ace Attorney Trilogy. It was a good ride, and we will in the future continue back with the next ones if I ever get like the other games in a sale. Because if there's one thing that I will do, it is getting games on sales. Because I have no money. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye.